Today I'm gonna show you how to use Panotour Pro. Panotour Pro, you can basically take panoramas of different areas. For example, I've been taking panoramas of the school in order to make a virtual tour of my school. So so you should have a collection of panoramas for that virtual tour that you're going to make. So today I'm going to show you how to stitch those panoramas, not stitch, sorry, how to link each panorama together in order for the user to um, view your virtual tour. So I'm going to show you simple simple way to link different panoramas by using a few photos. So you just have to collect your different panoramas. So I'm going to use about 3. Wait for these panoramas to load. In the meantime, Panotour Pro is a very good sort of piece of software to use to make a virtual tour because it allows you to um, customize things that you want. You want different types of hotspots, like different colors. You want a gallery, things like that are fantastic in this kind of program. So, okay, we'll just add one more into here, just the chapel area. As you can see, all these 4 panoramas that I've added, they all link together in a way. It's not like I've got a picture of the front yard, then I've got a picture of the convenience store 2 meters from me. They don't link. So as you can see, I've got 4 pictures. My first picture is of the driveway, and in this driveway you can see the chapel area. So you can use the hotspot, which is that circle icon there with the plus sign. Select where you want your hotspot. You can really select it wherever you want, but here I want to select it right in the middle so the user can see it properly. And I also want a hotspot here in order to go down to the driveway. Okay, now we take, as you can see, we use the full screen tool in order to see the panorama fully. So as you can see, 2 red dots have appeared on our small preview here. So the first circle we put it in the chapel area. So we have to link that circle to the chapel area, which is over here. Now when I export this, the user will be able to click on that red dot over here. Let's see, that red dot would be a different icon, but to go to that chapel area. Now the second hotspot, we link it to our second picture, as it's the second version. It's the second picture of the driver. So then we go to the second panorama over here. We put a hotspot right there at the back because we want the user to go back to where they came from. As in, for example, you start from walk down one, driveway 1, and you go to driveway 2, but you want to see something that you missed in driveway 1. So in order to see that, you have to put a hotspot to go back. Also, since we have the primary basketball panorama, we'll put a hotspot right there. Okay, so out of full screen mode, again, the 2 circles have appeared, and we link our first hotspot, back to our driveway 1, and we link that to the primary basketball court. And here, if, for example, if we just direct them to the primary basketball court, there's no way out for the user. So we have to add a hotspot. That's what I'm trying to say. Hotspots are very important in making a virtual tour, because if you direct a person to a part of your virtual tour which have no hotspots, the user has to close down the virtual tour and start again. Hence, hotspots are very important. So link this hotspot back to 2 in order for the user to go back. And the chapel area. This is supposed to be our first one, but the program loaded it kind of weirdly. Oh, as you can see, if I have this on and I just click around the panorama, a hotspot will create, and I don't want the hotspot. So in order to delete something like that, you just right click on it, delete hotspot. Make sure when you click on the hotspot, in order to get full screen mode, click on the hotspot. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So when you click on a panorama to get full screen like this, you don't want this selected, or there will be a bunch of hotspots that you don't want on your panorama. Okay, so as you can see, our chapel area photo, we want the hotspot here in order to direct us to the driveway 1, and we link it back to 1. So that's the basic way to link basic way to link panoramas with hotspots. Another method is using this polygon icon, as you can see, and you see there's a gate here. So we want to select here, go along it, a circle in a straight line. Over here, go along a straight line, go along a straight line, and go along a straight line. So that is another method of creating hotspot. Okay, so we can add another picture back into here. So for example, um, let's see, entry gate, school entry gate, there we go. So we got the school entry gate going. It's loading. Come on, come on. Here we go. So we link that here, and also we can go into here and use the polygon icon once again to create a hotspot on the school gate. Instead of having a circle, this looks a bit more professional, if you know what I mean. It just looks a bit better. So deselect it, and the hotspot has created, as you can see. That red area, when the user will click on it, it will direct them to the chapel area. So basically, guys, that's how you link panoramas with hotspots using the circle icon or the polygon icon. Also, if you are using Panotour Pro, and if the user, for example, if you have, if you can see, there's a preview area here for Panotour for the first panorama. If you want your if you want the panorama to be viewed like this when the user first clicks on it, you just select that area here, as you just view it here, and you go right click and set as default view. For example, another thing. So for example, this is the custom, this is the default view for the panorama when the user clicks on the hotspot in order to get here. But we want to change that because we want the user to go into the gate. Instead of turning around and finding the gate, we want them to easily find the hotspot for the gate. So we right click and we click on set default view. So guys, those were small tutorials on how to use this great program, Panotour Pro. Make sure you use a licensed version of this, and the keygen works, because um, the watermark will say, and that's horrible for um, your whole project. And so that's a little tutorial. And if you wanna export it, you just go assign your folder where you want to export it, and you just click build. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching.